Guys, I don't think y'all realize we get a community strike every single week for our intro music here on the Real Estate State of the Union. So I don't think we can come in to rock and roll.
Yeah, shoot the thrill.
No,
AC/DC.
we cannot.
We got to do it, man.
Roll that intro.
Roll it.
Yeah, where the kid rides.
This live stream is brought to you by GBT Property Management. Hit us up.
Yo, yo, yo. I just, totally bombarded these guys. They're all on their phone being a little bit rude right now, but that's because I sent them a test. A very simple test. It's only 2 questions. 2 questions, okay? And we're going to see how they do. So
this is too many.
Yeah, Spoon's already overwhelmed by the 2 questions. And we're going to see who here.
What is this behavior score ID?
Just don't select that part.
Don't select that part. All right. So anyways.
There's no asshole selection in here.
No asshole selection.
I need readers. That's how old I am.
You can't see?
I can't see it.
Jesus Christ, Rob. Do you want me to read it to you?
Read the words in the list below and check the box.
The contemplative. What's contemplative mean, Spoon?
I don't know. You know more big words than me, buddy. You'll have to fill us in.
Braxton, are you done?
No.
You're still going?
It says it typically takes 6 minutes, so I want to make full use of that.
Well, while we're waiting on
what about the super investor meeting?
Yeah.
It's tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow?
It's tomorrow.
In Houston?
In Houston, Texas.
What time?
6 p.m.
6 p.m. tomorrow. Super investors meeting. Marriott?
No, NRG Wyndham Hotel.
NRG Wyndham Hotel.
Are we streaming live right now?
Yeah, we're live on the internet. Yeah, live on the internet.
Look, hey guys, look. You have got to be there tomorrow night. If you're not there, I'm coming to your house, I'm knocking on your door, and I'm bringing you. World's largest investor meeting is tomorrow night, back for 2023. Corey, you coming?
What time?
6 p.m.
Yeah, we'll be there. Braxton, you going?
Braxton, you going?
I should be able to make it, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Spoon.
Way too short notice.
No.
Are you coming?
Where's it at?
0% chance. It could be in Cleveland.
You know what? I'm going to challenge you.
Good. Challenge me. You need to challenge me to get through these 6 minutes of questions.
That's bullshit right there. What I'm talking about is real.
You keep going on your test.
You stop for a second. I've got eye contact.
Are you coming to the super investor meeting?
When is it?
Night? Tomorrow night. Oh, is it?
Maybe.
Huh?
Maybe.
No, it's not a maybe. It's either yes or no.
I don't know.
I deal with constants, constantly saying yes.
I get it, Sergeant. I'm just saying, I don't know.
Get a parade rest. Right now.
You want me to lock them up right here? Yeah, I'm not doing that.
We're going to go outside and you're going to do push-ups.
Oh, man. You can make me rearrange rocks. Just rearrange them. That one is sunburn. Turn it over.
Turn it over. Put sunscreen on it. Trim the grass. No.
Right, Spoonie. You finished taking your test.
You do something. Mind your own business.
Too much. I'm bored.
Corey, tell us about the origins of a certain term.
Well, Eskimo Brothers. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is Real Estate State of the Union, not really different generations, but our first investor to our fund and I were Eskimo Brothers at one point in time. And Spoonie don't think that counts for anything, but I do. And I guess Braxton brought up Eskimo Brothers. Did you bring it up? Spoonie brought it up?
Did.
So you didn't know what it is?
I know what it is.
Well, yeah. But Sohill, did you didn't know why that was a term?
Well,
I did not.
He was correcting us on.
Well, it's because there's less ladies on the North Pole. There's an old saying, if you work out in West Texas, that there's a woman hiding behind every tree. But when you're in West Texas, there's no trees. You know, it's kind of the same thing in the North Pole. There's a woman hiding behind every tree, but there's no trees. So, anyways, that's why the term Eskimo Brothers is a thing. Which I guess we can't use the word Eskimo anymore.
Where's the board button?
What's the word we got to use, Sohill?
Well, I said Inuit, but I don't even know if that's.
Yeah, I don't think in this context it would matter.
Yeah.
It would be deemed offensive, but Inuit would be the proper term. And then there's what's the other?
I think indigenous.
Santa Claus?
Indigenous is a safe one.
I mean, there's Inuits in Russia too, but I think they have a different name.
Really?
I'm not very familiar.
All right, I took your test.
Okay.
Is it the Yakuts?
I took your test.
I can't remember.
All right. So now,
sounds like a slur.
go to your email.
No,
go to
it's
your
an
email.
area of Russia.
You want me to go to my
Yakuts.
email?
Yeah, you should have the results in
YAKUTZ,
there
I think.
on the email you gave.
Okay. We'll wait for it to
Yeah.
populate.
There it is.
Okay.
So let me see it. Let me read these results. Oh,
So while he's reading the results, I'm still going to talk about the super investor.
So you're
meeting.
supposed to answer what they want you to be, not what you are here. This is too complicated.
Spoon, are you coming to the
It's
super
too-
investor meeting tomorrow night?
it's 2 questions.
Serene. That seems like something Corey Thompson wants
I can
me
tell you right now, Rob, he is not coming to the super investor meeting. It's in Houston, and it's in the hours that Spoonie's not allowed outdoors.
Does he turn into a werewolf or something?
He does turn into a werewolf.
Spoonie, you're coming, right?
No, he does not have enough notice.
It's real estate.
It
It's the most important real estate meeting in the United States
I'm
of
gonna
America.
get Brenton to drive me
I
to
do
this
agree
one.
with that. But I could get Brenton to drive me down and drive me back.
It is the
Yeah.
most important
Are you driving
real
down and
estate
back?
meeting.
Well, I think
I
I'm
might
gonna
ride
get
with
Brenton
you.
to.
No.
I might ride with you.
No
It is-
side
I
conversation.
get home at 2 in the morning.
It is.
I don't want to ride with you. You
It
just
is-
yell at me and Grant Cardone.
It is
stuff all
literally
night.
the
You
most
just be like,
important real estate meeting you will ever attend in your entire life.
I believe that. I believe that.
Chop that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, you're a persuader. To learn more about what it means to be a persuader and learn how your newfound insights, please review your attached report. So let's look at your attached report.
See, I didn't know this was going to be like a.
Dude, this is good.
Okay.
It pegged me. It got me good.
That's not the only thing that pegged him.
So,
Rob will strongly express the following behaviors: proactively connects quickly to others, open and sharing, builds and leverages relationship to get work done, comfortably fluent and fast talk and volume, enthusiastically persuades and motivates others by considering their point of view and adjust in delivery, collaborative, usually works through others, initiative. I don't know what the word that is. Understanding of team cohesion, dynamics, and interpersonal relationships. Socially informed, extroverted, and outgoing, gets familiar quickly, communicates in uninhibited, lively, and adaptable manner, drawing on others into the conversation. Interested in people, building relationships, and teamwork rather than technical matters, affable, optimistic, and easily trusting. Focus on goals and the people need to get there, not the details or plans. Frequently delegates details. Is that true? Do you delegate?
100% true.
Independent in putting forth their own ideas, which often are innovative and, if implemented, cause change. Resourcefully works through and around anything blocking completion of what they want to accomplish, aggressive when challenged. Impatient for results, puts pressure on themselves and others for rapid implementation, and is far less productive when doing routine work.
I would say that's a peg. Right on. 100%.
What about you, Braxton? Have you?
He just submitted it.
Adventurer.
You're an adventurer. Ooh.
No, adventurer, not an adventure.
Hold on, let me see. A venturer.
That means he ventures
Ooh.
out and he does venturing
Braxton's a
things.
venturer. What does this mean?
I don't know.
He's going to be a host on Shark Tank.
Braxton will most strongly express the following behaviors: proactive, assertiveness, and sense of urgency in driving to reach personal goals. Openly challenges the world. Independent in putting forth their own ideas, which often innovate and, if implemented, cause change. Resourcefulness works through and around anything blocking completion of what they want to do. Impatient for results. Risk-taking, daring, and focused on future goals. This individual is more concerned with where they're going than how they're going to get there. Where they've been, adaptable, operates flexibly. Makes decisions and takes actions, even with little proof confirming their decisions, confident in their own ideas, unimpressed with tradition. Flexible approach to the book, often bends the rules and does things their own way. An innovative, outside-the-box thinker who is undaunted by failure. Task focus, quickly notices and pushes fixed technical problems, assertively cutting through the personal emotional issues. Has aptitude to spot trends and data and figure out how complex systems works. Independent, analytical, critical, and creative thinking and action. Little need for external validation before action. Private. Authoritative and direct, driven to accomplish personal goals, pushes through roadblocks assertively, communicates. Communication is direct to the point and sometimes brusque. I don't know what that word is. BRUSQ.
Short.
Spoon, you're completely out of frame and not up to the
It
mic.
means short.
Have you finished your test yet?
No, he's going to take till the end of the day.
What did yours say, Spoonie?
I'm trying to find it here. It's kicking me. Here you go.
So Braxton, I asked him, I was like, he's a little rule bender. So that means he gets shit done. That's what he said.
A little rule bender over there, Braxton.
Rule bender's subjective.
Yeah, rules are subjective. I will agree with that. Hey, at the end of the day,
Oh, that's hilarious.
if you know that you can bend a little bit of the rule, not totally break a law or anything, just bend a rule a little bit in order to make something happen in a timely manner, are you willing to do that for the benefit of the group and yourself?
Yes.
I am too.
Spoon's a persuader just like you.
Oh, shit.
Jason will most strongly impress. Proactively connect quickly to others, open and sharing, comfortably fluent and fast talk in volume. Spoon is a fast talker.
Are you?
Some days.
On some things, for sure.
Yes. Ask him about anything to do with
Ender's Game.
The scientific name of a tree or something. He'll tell you the whole history of
So I watched that video about
Mostly just oaks.
I watched that video about y'all wiring that house. That was a pretty good video.
Yeah, it was a good cut.
Yeah, y'all need to go.
Hey, Braxton, did you learn how to wire a house that day?
I don't know how to wire a whole house, but I'm much closer. With YouTube now, you can definitely figure out the rest.
I would not touch electricity if it.
He's willing to bend the rules, right? So
That's right. Don't bend the rules on electricity, okay? I'm going to tell you that right now.
It says I'm socially informed in here.
Spoon's so happy right now.
He is.
It
That's
took 30
hilarious.
minutes.
That's hilarious.
Do you think it got you?
No, I don't know or I care. I've taken so many of these, like it doesn't matter. They're all accurate. Like doesn't matter.
Have you taken a lot of these? Braxton hadn't been in any corporate world, so he hadn't even done the
Taken
fucking
so many.
ADIO.
NPSL.
I've taken the
whatever it
Enneagram
is.
test. It's the only other one.
You have? What were you?
An 8.
A what?
An 8.
He was
I
at
don't know
8.
what that is. I haven't taken that test.
He's into docking. That's what an 8 is.
Damn.
All right, let's keep it on track today, okay, boys?
All right, Spoony, did we make any money last week?
No.
Again?
Yeah.
What happened?
Didn't have anything close.
What was supposed to close?
A whole bunch of stuff.
That's probably why. Do you know anything that was supposed to close?
I think Montana and Pawnee.
Yeah.
Well, those are supposed to buy. You dropped off paperwork for those.
Kind of. They don't have an office. That's a whole different deal. But it's worked out. She's going to get it today.
What?
Yeah, they don't. They have a co-working space. They're not actually in office.
So you walked into a building?
It's a lot. I walked in. I needed one thing notarized. They're like, we don't have any notarized here. Oh, I did not. I just needed notarized, not one thing. I needed notarized. They're like, we don't have notaries here. So I came back and got it notarized. She'll get it this afternoon.
A fucking title company?
They don't have a title company. They have an office like downstairs here,
I know,
and there's nobody there.
but it is a title company. It's
Yes.
a title company.
Or is it?
They just don't work in there. It's just
But-
a place they meet
A title company with no office
and no notary.
and no notary.
Right.
Seems impossible.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think title companies, because we have seen in our industry and the lending side that title companies are getting progressively worse, and worse. Reason why I think is because the good help sees what the future is coming as far as blockchain and is saying, I'm going to go find something else to do. You don't believe that?
It's just a volume game.
Yeah. I think they just laid off the other person who was working that office.
No, it's a volume thing.
No. We have seen a decline in
We've been in
title
real estate
agents.
7 years. You've been in real estate 7 years. What's the talent disparity from the best person in the industry and the worst person?
A lot.
A lot.
Okay. So what happens to the best people?
They usually get tired and leave for something else better.
That's not what best
Or
people
they
do.
or
They get paid the
or
most.
They get paid the most and get overworked
Open their own shop.
and used and abused.
There's no such thing as a best person being overworked. Can't happen.
Not true. I'll argue that point all day long.
Well, if a best person's overworked, then they're not the best at not being overworked.
Well, all
So
right.
they can't be the best
no,
person
no,
at their
no. Hear me out. You got one person over here that's your best performer. You got one person over here that's an average performer, and you got one person over here that's screwing everything up. So you're going to give some work to this person, but they'll get overloaded quickly. Your best performer, you're going to pile it on because you know that they will get that accomplished. And then they get overwhelmed and they say, you know what, I'm going to go find something else to do.
No. If you want something done fast, give it to your busiest person.
I agree with that to a certain extent, but if they're not well compensated,
Please don't do that.
compensation is what they
Realize we're
perceive.
that
If
close.
if Braxton's our best person,
Which
right?
I would argue that he probably is.
Yes.
Okay, so if Braxton's our best person and we want something done, we give it to our best person.
Okay.
Ashley's probably pretty close to the top of being best at things that all of us are bad at. If we want something done fast, she's busy as shit. We give it to her. She gets it done. Compensation is when I know I'm the best and I want to get paid more, what do? I take my talents and I go to somebody that's going to compensate me in the manner that I want to get compensated in.
Absolutely agree.
So a title company, if you're the best title agent and you're being compensated accordingly and you're able to do good work, you'll stay at one place. If you want to go chase
Okay.
money, you'll go chase money, or you'll start your own title company and try to recreate the best version of yourself
So
out
let's
there in the marketplace. What happened over the last few years is all the best talent got spread out. They might have all been working at the same firm, and then they all got spread out.
So
they-
now you're saying that they're in multiple locations with these new branches that have come out, trying to saturate the market.
with one human that was really good, that was in a cluster that was really, really, really efficient because you had 5 humans that were really good, and now they're spread out and probably a lot of turnover and the volume of work, the sheer volume of work.
Well-
I mean, refinances alone, title companies. I'll bet you right now, there's very few aggressive title companies out there seeking work right now. I bet you a ton, just because of the personalities that are in that space, just put their feet on the desk and said, "Hey, finally a break,
Yeah.
finally a reprieve." But good title agents, I mean, Spoon, you've had a bunch that you thought were fucking Jesus.
I mean, and it's funny, like the one we got now with Shirley, like she's amazing.
Hold on. We've heard this before.
No, I mean she's doing great for us. But my point is, like, even the one that I thought was the best, and she was from a knowledge standpoint, she helped us clear stuff that nobody else was clearing.
No, that's
But
this
she
is,
also screwed up everything at the end, like
this is-
screwed up all kinds of shit.
this is the problem.
Like-
Did you hear what he just said?
No, I did.
She was real estate Jesus right up until she wasn't.
Right.
Well, that's true with everybody. I mean,
No, I think what happened with her was she
people
got,
will remember your last mistake more than the 100 wins.
this is true, but it wasn't a mistake. I think what caught up with her was I don't think she was doing everything up to par her whole life.
You think she was just putting on a show?
Yeah.
Like is all show?
Well, I mean, hell, the last title company, the title company we just left,
We broke.
Dude, I mean, we broke them. Well, I mean, Spoon says we broke them. I don't think we broke them. I think a combination of things. Whenever that transition, whenever they sold out to the new company, I think they had a lot of overlapping talent, and the new company laid off a ton of their workforce locally, and then from there, they progressively got worse. But I mean, you're talking about closings that Spoon signs a closing document. I think he was a little bit high. I think he was on drugs. What drugs were you on?
Oh, it was a lot of hydrocodone.
Yeah, when he had his arm, he went and signed a closing document that the buyer ends up having to hire an attorney, even though we were trying to get them corrected, that we caught their errors in this closing document where they basically wrote a note just out of thin air with a payment that didn't match anything on planet Earth, and had this note in deed of trust that didn't match anything from the closing document. So it had an RMLO and everything else involved, and a note in deed of trust that was significantly wrong, like tens of thousands of dollars wrong on the amount and hundreds of dollars a month on the payment.
So back to my original question: do you think the blockchain is going to
No.
change the way that we do title?
I don't know anything about blockchain.
Okay, well,
I've not
then-
read.
I know
a
what you're
single-
getting at.
Then
There's
we-
companies
then we-
that are
then-
trying to use it to.
We will save this for a later discussion.
I'm never going to read up on blockchain.
You need to,
For what?
because it's going to change the way that we completely do business in this industry.
I don't think so. But Spoon, he has a couple of Bitcoin miners. He can maybe talk
It
on
has
it.
nothing to do with Bitcoin.
I don't. There's a bunch downstairs.
Bitcoin's a blockchain.
The blockchain as a whole, this part I'm talking about has nothing to do with mining for currency. Everything will be stored on the blockchain in the
Rob.
future. Yes.
Could you kind of explain tokenization in real estate? How you know it? What you
I'm
know of it?
very, very understudied on this, so I will give you just brief overviews. Eventually,
Well, where'd you get your information?
I attended a class
Okay.
up in Dallas, up here.
Right.
Yeah, and the guy was talking about it. About
What was he selling?
He wasn't selling anything. He was giving us knowledge.
What was his benefit for being there?
I think it was a room full of real estate agents, and he was trying to inform the real estate agents. It was just content provided. He wasn't trying to.
So he didn't make a paycheck that day.
Well, he might have. They paid him to come talk, but
Did you pay to go see it?
Did you pay to go see it?
I didn't.
Did the sponsors? Did y'all sponsor the event?
yeah, we sponsored it.
Okay, so somebody got a bunch of sponsorship dollars and put a dude to talk about blockchain.
He was not the only
world.
dude. I got to speak as well. So
Yeah, but a bunch of people.
Yeah.
This dude was up there talking about
we
blockchain
didn't get paid.
changing the world, right?
Yes,
Did FTX not just go bankrupt?
that's Bitcoin.
It's not Bitcoin.
Mm.
It's a token that they created out of thin air. But the whole deal is, where's the blockchain? Like, blockchain is supposed to be this big, transparent. You'll be able to see it. You'll be able to tell exactly where it went. You'll be able to tell exactly. Why can't people tell where their money went in FTX?
Well, we can get into speculation of they wanted it to fail so that they can force another type of entity that's coming.
They be in the government.
Yes,
But what I'm telling you is the blockchain.
we can discuss that all day long.
The argument on blockchain that you're having is that there's this record that's forever on the blockchain. True or false, Spoonie?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the other argument is I can buy a hooker with Bitcoin and it be anonymous,
Interesting.
which those two things do not line up in my head. They don't compute.
Because you just got to know the hooker's wallet address, and you can see that transaction.
Right. Which, why would I do illegal things on the blockchain if it's so transparent?
That's what I never understood about the Silk Road thing. Like everybody's like trading, like so when the Silk Road went down, they were all paying in Bitcoin. I'm like, man, that's all traceable. Like this is not like it's
Allegedly.
You can see where.
Allegedly. But also can't see what happened to the money on FTX.
Well, I think the reason why the government is going to step in eventually, and this is just my thoughts, and I may be completely wrong here. I think that they're tired of all these mom and pop transactions through Cash App, all that stuff.
Forget that.
Okay,
You're living inside the city of Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Braxton, where we went elk hunting, will that have a digital currency? Ever?
It's cash.
It's going to be cash.
They're lucky that they take card.
Yeah. and how many of those places do you run into in the world out traveling around looking at real
let's say
estate
those
loans?
guys.
Most of America.
So let's say
Most of them,
let's say those guys wake up one day and cash is gone.
They can't.
That's
Well, they'll be trading chickens. Like there will always be some form of cash.
You're missing
Like,
y'all. People that live in that bubble of I live in this city, I got this internet, I got this, I got that, have never gone to the places that we live in and go where there is no internet. There
RV
still
park
is an
that
internet.
Your dad lives at. Like that's people living out there.
Yeah.
No service or one bar at best.
No cell phone service. Living in a populated area with no cell phone service, not a single bit of cell phone service, and have to have the phone to dial in. Don't have internet. Can't get internet. I mean, Elon Musk's going to bring it to them through satellite, but what does it take to destroy that?
and you still got to pay for it.
And you got to pay for it.
Try to tell Corey's dad, if Corey's dad's in New Mexico on his ranch, that he has to pay for Elon's satellite service.
He don't need
fucking
it.
happen.
You don't want it.
well, I mean,
He ain't ordering anything off Amazon. He's,
well, eventually, like if you want it, it will be available to you. But
I'm telling you right now, I know more people on Earth right now that do not care. I mean, anything about any of it. They still don't even have a credit card. They still operate on cash. They still operate on check. Then I know people on the other side of it, and y'all are trying to take them to Bitcoin. Y'all
Like-
trying to take them to a digital currency.
How many of those old, when I think about my grandparents and stuff, they had like 2 credit cards. They had a MasterCard and something else that they never used. It was like emergency. Everything was a cash
so you don't,
transaction.
and I'm asking y'all's opinion. Y'all don't think that if they force it, like, hey, you
Force
got no
what?
choice. You got no choice. You got to switch to digital currency.
I think they can
they
try
won't.
anything they want, but that you can't force people to trade in a currency that they don't want to. Like you can't police
Well,
Elkhart, Nevada. Like
You
sometimes,
can if you get rid of the dollar bill altogether.
No, currency represents perceived value. So
That's what I'm saying.
whatever
You be
that
trading
perceived value
chickens
is,
or
if
goats
they,
or
Right now,
bullets.
the perceived value of digital currency or cryptocurrency is, for a lot of people, nothing compared to the dollar. But have you heard of CBDCs? It's
No.
like a
I mean, I've heard of
government-backed that a lot of countries do this. The U.S. is fighting about it right now, but a lot of countries are basically doing their own cryptocurrency, and that's interesting. But I think, Corey, your analysis is super interesting because I hear with our other clients and other people I talk to the future of real estate and blockchain, and basically they want to tokenize, not necessarily talking about just buying real estate with digital currency, but they want to tokenize real estate properties or, apartment buildings or whatever, and basically turn it into exchanges like the stock exchange. You can have shares.
Go to Van Horn, Texas.
Yeah, what you're saying,
and visit their
your
courthouse.
business has nothing. That's not.
And walk in there and tell those 11 people that work there, hey, 11 people that have county size, huge, 10 times the size of any county out here. Go tell those people in Culberson County, hey guys, we're gonna digitalize this, and they're like, no, we're not. You know what I mean? We still don't have our records that are in this room on the internet.
Right.
Like, we damn sure ain't putting it on the blockchain.
Dude, 5 years ago when we started, I don't think Bosky was on ArcGIS at that point.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't even tied up on ArcGIS that's, like, easily tied up.
And Hill County still isn't.
You ain't going to get somebody that has records back through 1800s to try to put that on the blockchain. They're not even going to fuck with that. Like, I promise you. The people in that courthouse.
Who's going to pay for it? I mean, it's like all these people with
You're going to pay for it.
I'm not going to pay for it. I don't live in Culberson County.
You're going to pay for it eventually.
I understand.
I'm telling you, y'all think I'm wrong about this, but I
don't think you're wrong. I think
gonna be
most people look over flyover country and forget that it's the most square miles in the world. It looks really good for Dallas and Houston where things are busy. It's a fucking terrible idea in all the flyover country that's out there. I mean, it's not. Eventually, everything progresses and change, and the world gets better one funeral at a time if you're a progressive. But I don't think. I mean, I just don't see it happening. I don't. And the reason why is because too many people pay cash. Too many people operate on a completely different set of values. And if you took away their ability to trade USDS currency, cash money, you know what I mean? Then I don't know what they're going to do because they might be sitting with more money at their house than you've ever thought about at the bank.
I mean, on the other side of it, we never thought everybody in the U.S. would just sit home for a couple months at a time either.
They didn't.
Yeah, they did.
Who did? Everyone?
No, well, not everyone did.
Okay, so I wasn't at home. Braxton, were you at home? Spoony, were you at home? So who stayed at home?
The
Just
people,
saying, the majority of people.
the sheep.
The city folks stayed at home.
We didn't stay at home. I was at work every day.
City folks stayed at home.
I was at work every single day.
I mean, working's working, but city folk, they went indoors, they did their thing, and I'm happy for them. I'm glad they got that out of their system. Everybody that had to go fucking
Hustle.
I guess.
no, create food and energy to keep the world running had to go outside and do it.
I guess all I'm saying, so it's like the Oregonians that are trying to secede. They just put that in to their legislature yesterday, a bill to try to secede this little bitty population of people that's the majority of their landmass into Idaho.
They're seceding from where?
Oregon, just to join Idaho. They just want to be part of a more representative body that represents their
they're currently in Oregon,
Right.
and they want to go to Idaho.
Right.
Because 90% of the state square miles wide is conservative, but the liberals in Seattle, no, it wouldn't be Seattle. It's Oregon, Portland.
Yeah, Portland.
Run the whole state. Same thing that goes on in every California, LA,
Arizona.
New York, Austin.
Arizona's that way now too.
Yeah. So I mean, Texas is a little ways off from it being that. But I mean, who you can't have people. You can't have city people that live in your cocoon where Bitcoin is the future. You know what I mean? Govern people that still don't have credit cards and internet. It doesn't make no sense. Oh, I'm going to take my lifestyle and I'm going to force it down your throat. It's fucking wild.
It would be a great video to take those people that want to do that down to the sale barn on a Saturday and listen to them proselytize about their values to an old farmer that has been praying for rain for the last year.
And Spoon keeps talking about old. It's like he's bottling these people into old.
Well, I mean,
the person that owns a sale barn in Groesbeck, Texas is my classmate. You know what I mean? The people that do business at the sale barn are Shane and Stuart, are people that are in my family.
So you think it won't happen for those people? But can we what if it a little bit?
Yeah, city folk will do weird shit until y'all get tired of it, and then y'all come out to the county and try to cityfy what we do.
Well, the what if, Corey, what about like just free market? Like, what if the money goes there? What if there's more money there? Are people going to adapt?
Look, listen. Everybody in the city seems to really trust their government.
Oh, no.
Then why do you want them to have digital currency?
Did I say I wanted them to? I never said I wanted them to. I said I feel that it's going to happen.
Ain't going to happen.
Okay.
What do you think, Braxton?
I don't know. I think I agree in the sense that it won't be replaced. Like, I don't think it'll wipe it all out, because I also think that's not just something to do with the older generation. I think that's going to continue on, just not wanting to do anything about it, not wanting anything to do with it, I guess. But I also do think that technology will be much more widespread in the next couple decades. I don't think it wipes it out. I don't think it can.
Yeah,
Even if it could, I don't think people will want to.
I don't. Spoonie, you trust them? You trust the government looking at every one of your transactions?
I don't trust them at all.
Dude, I don't trust them looking at my browsing history, much less my transaction. Get the fuck out of here.
So who is it that's gonna line up for this?
I don't think anybody really is forcibly going to line up and say, "Hey, please sign me up for this." I don't think anybody's like that. I think the government's just going to push it down our throats to where you're not going to have a choice. I mean, it may not happen.
It ain't going to be the government. It would be banks that would force it down your throat.
Well, the government's going to force the banks to do it.
Well, the argument for this is that the government wouldn't be able to do that, right? I mean, theoretically, that's the argument for blockchain.
Bro.
That's not a CBDC.
Well,
not centrally.
I think the government has seen what the capabilities are, and they want to be able to track it as well. Hell, they track everything you do right now.
Bitcoin is too slow for you and me to do a deal right now at this table. You couldn't give me a Bitcoin in fucking 30 minutes. Like what? Like how long does it take to download a Bitcoin from your wallet to my wallet?
I have no idea.
It's as fast as the internet of your area.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a 10-minute transaction if you both have wallet addresses.
So now we're talking about 10-minute transactions to move money.
So a wire takes what, 4, 5, 6 hours sometimes.
Cash money dollar bills is
Cash
instant.
money. Yes, you're right. Cash
I
money
can
dollar
hand
bill.
you. The transaction's over right here. It's
Boom.
done. So I don't know what. And then the climate change people.
No,
the climate change people are going to line up behind
Let's not start on
behind a fucking currency
We're
that
talking-
needs electricity to exist. Like that's their flex, that we're going to make so much energy out of the wind and the sun that we're going to have surplus energy to store our money.
At the end of the day, I'm not for it. I'm not for it at all. Let me go on record and say that again. I'm not for it. It's just something that has been brought to my attention.
We're already basically in some sort of digital currency anyways with the way that banking works. But it's instant. It's
well, I mean, you can't go to your bank right now and say, "Give me $50,000 right now."
Yes, you can.
Try it, see what happens.
I've done it. When I worked in the oil field, I went to one bank in my town and I pulled out every dime that I had because I was mad at them. I walked up to
How
the
long
teller.
ago was that?
2015.
Guaranteed right now, it would take them longer than 24 hours to get you $50,000.
Probably have to order it today.
Yes.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes.
If
Guaranteed.
y'all want to run this fucking experiment, bring the cameras and
let's run it.
we'll go to the bank. We'll request money out of one bank account. We'll walk to another bank and deposit it. We'll fill out a bunch
They'll
of
give
paperwork.
you a check.
They will not give you a check. If you walk into a bank and you ask them for 50 grand, y'all think banks are just broke?
Like I don't think they're broke. I just don't think
50
that they
grand
have.
just isn't a lot of cash.
It ain't a
though.
lot of cash. You're not talking about 10 million.
Fit that in your pockets and somewhat hide
Yes.
So what do you think what's the threshold before they
I don't know what the threshold
Kinda.
is, but I
Like,
was
is
in
that
the
money?
hundreds of thousands of dollars. I walked to the teller right there at the front. I said, I need this money. She said, all right, sign this paperwork. I signed the paperwork. They counted it out behind the teller. They unwrapped it. They brought it over. They unwrapped it. They counted it out with the machine and rewrapped it. They handed it through to me, counted it out right in front of me. I put it into a grocery bag, walked out the front door, walked down to the other bank or drove down to the other bank, walked in, said, I want to open a bank account and deposited it because I was dumb. They didn't ask me why I wanted the money. You know, they didn't even ask, what are you going to do with the money? They didn't. I don't even know if it's a rule that they.
I don't think
don't
they can.
ask.
I don't think they
But
can ask.
They made me fill out all the suspicious
Now,
activity reports.
hold on. Now, if you're going in there and saying you got $3 million in there, they're probably going to be asking questions. Like,
Maybe, but either way, at the higher threshold, the bigger the bank, probably the tougher all of this gets. You know what I mean? Like if you go walk into a Wells Fargo or Bank of America, yeah, you're probably, they don't know who you are. They're going to need to verify you're who you are. You know what I mean? In my bank, they know that's Corey Thompson. This is Corey Thompson's account. And Corey Thompson does silly things like take out large sums of money just to walk around with it. You know what I mean? Not the best idea. I wouldn't do it, but he obviously is about to do it. And I walked out, started another bank. And whenever I got there, my friend that owns a sale barn's like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, I'm opening a bank account. He's like, did you just go pull this money out of the other bank? I was like, yeah. He goes, you could have just got a cashier's check. And I was like, oh, okay. And that was it. That was literally the entire conversation. And he's like, well, fill out all this paperwork. And that was it. They counted it out again, ran it through little counting machines, made me sign another piece of paper that they counted it in front of me. And boom, I had a new bank account. And then the very next day, I wrote a check out of that bank account and paid cash for a truck. So, I mean, is what it is. I'm not saying, you know what I mean, it's right or wrong. But all the misconceptions about this is, one, your banking relationship. Spoonie's got a bank in Cleburne that knows who he is. That if he had whatever amount of money he had in that bank, if he walked in there and said, hand it to me, if they got it on location, they're going to hand it to him. They ain't going to make it hard on him. They ain't going to say, wait till tomorrow.
I'm not saying they're going to make it hard on them. I'm saying that they probably don't have it available.
They do.
There probably definitely is a threshold depending on size, area,
So let's not
traffic.
use 50,000. Let's use 300,000. A little bit unreasonable.
They definitely have that on hand.
I don't think so.
They 100% have that on hand.
I think they have to have a guaranteed amount on hand per. There's a level they have to keep on hand.
1,000% have that on hand. So one of the most profitable businesses, if you wanted to run a business,
on hand.
if you wanted to run a business, one of the most profitable ones you could run in Pecos, Texas, right now is a check cashing business. Okay,
of course.
And you're saying that we're going to go to digital currency. Nobody even uses cash. I'm telling you.
Look, hold on. First of all, that's not what I said.
Okay.
I said they're going to force it upon us.
Okay. In Pecos, Texas, there's still job sites, and I used to get my paycheck at the rig. Like I used to show up to work on Friday, and my check would here's my check, and then I would take it to a convenience store and cash it because I didn't have a bank, and so I'd pay the convenience store 10% or something
Just to cash your check.
just to cash my check, and that check cashing, what is it?
Banks with 15.2 million to 110.2 million in transactional accounts must have 3% in reserve at the bank at all time.
In cash.
In cash. Large banks, those with 110.2 million in or higher, must hold 10% in reserve.
So now, what I'm saying is, on Friday in Pecos, Texas, if you go to the Walmart, which is the only place that would cash checks, the line's out the front door of guys cashing. We're not talking about small checks. These are $2,500, $3,000 checks. Just standing in line at a Walmart.
I mean,
100 dudes about to cash a $2,500 check. You get what I mean? And that's at a Walmart. Walmart's sitting there like ready to cash those checks. A bank definitely.
Well, that's because they're making money off of it. So yeah, of course.
But a bank makes money too.
Yeah.
By being able to, by somebody be able to walk up there and say, "Hey, cash my check." Like, I got this check. I got an account here. I want it cashed.
I think that this.
I mean, we found the number. If it's a $15.2 million, it's $456,000. They have to keep that on hand minimally.
A day.
Okay, so that's a day.
But on Fridays,
let me ask you a question. Let's say 100 people come in there and they hit that threshold, and then you walk in and say, "Oh, guess what? I need $300,000."
I've never seen a bank run out of money.
I would imagine that if they know Friday's payday, they would have to order more.
You're walking in there on a random Monday morning.
And if everybody else, if there was a run on the bank that day.
It all sounds like we're planning a bank robbery, though.
No, but I'm just saying if there was a run on the bank that day.
Are you scoping one out?
You're talking about if there's a run on the bank.
Yeah.
If there's a run on the banks, period. If
there's nothing we can do.
There's nothing anybody can do. They will literally put a sign up that says, "No, we're not giving you any more money." Okay. But that's a completely different scenario. We're not talking about just an average day of, walking in there and trying to get money out. So
This is a weird real estate podcast.
it is.
All right, let's stop talking about it so we can move on to other stuff. Sorry I brought it up.
I mean, blockchain and real estate, I mean, to me, they're oil and water.
Yeah.
One of them's real and I can touch. The other one, after watching what happened with us,
I regret bringing this subject.
You know, I've told him before. What my friend in West Texas taught me is you can't own something if you can't pee on it.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was really insightful to just think about that middle America flyover state being late adopters, if anything, or never adopting, and Corey not caring about it really, and that makes sense. It doesn't affect your business. If you were operating in the city or something else, that's a different conversation.
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff in San Francisco. I mean, there's places you can get stuff dropped to your house with a drone. You know what I mean? I hear. I've never had it happen. What you think, Braxton? What kind of deals we got on the board right now? We got any good ones?
Got more lots.
Where'd we get those?
Granbury.
Oh, I'm not talking about stuff I was in the office for yesterday. I'm talking about stuff that happened in between yesterday and this morning.
Nothing new.
Our 160 contract that went out didn't sign.
Has not come back.
Did you call him?
Have not called him, texted him, told him send it.
Yeah,
That's
I
what we
tried
thought.
calling him yesterday. He didn't answer. Spoon, have you joined us on our quest to buy more real estate?
I've always been here. I'm there with you every day, buddy.
Did you call anybody?
I'm
yesterday?
there. I'm there for whatever ass kicking you're ready to hand out that day.
What money have you gotten secured?
Yeah.
I think I got.
How many
think I got
appointments
us
do
one.
you have set up?
Yeah.
For what? For the fund?
Yeah. Lunches,
3.
breakfasts, stop
3
bys.
right now.
3.
Have you asked anybody to send a wire?
No, but
We've asked for some wires.
I'll get one today.
Yeah, got to ask for that business. When you get Spoonie and card on you, Spoonie is the president of a hedge fund now.
He is?
Yeah, you know that.
No, I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't
Just
either.
playing.
So, how did y'all go about setting y'all's fund up? I mean, there's rules to it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a ton of rules. We called an attorney that does all of our stuff and said, "Hey, this is what we want to do." And then we got on 2 or 3 different conference calls, and it was very painful to try to explain. And then we went through our historical data and argued about it and what it said all the way up until yesterday. I was called not a liar, but like I was told I was bad at math. I was like, I don't know. I'd swear I'd know how to divide, but it's not even me. It's my iPhone.
All
so
you need is a $2 calculator.
that's what I said. I was like, I mean, I could have done it wrong, but I thought I divided the right numbers. So we went over historical returns and, gave our idea out there, and they created it for us, and it looks promising. So I mean,
So note to self, we're not talking about blockchains anymore with Corey because he doesn't like talking about it.
I love talking about blockchain.
And I regret bringing up the conversation.
I think
Immediately regret the last 13. How long we been talking?
Listen, Rob,
What?
I'm just gonna. There's somebody that's only been friends with Corey for 5 years. There's gonna be a lot more conversations you regret starting with Corey. Oh my God! But you know what? It won't change the fact that all of the value he brings to your life.
None of
No.
it
Just
matters.
none of it matters.
Hey, you know
None
what?
of it
Hey, we had so much fun New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve. You
my
missed out.
favorite part about it
and
was
you missed out.
I call. He answers the phone. He's like, "Are you coming?" I'm like, "To what?" Nobody even told me about it.
that's a lie.
It's not.
Well, I was
hilarious.
telling you about it right there on the phone, and you're like, "No, I'm not going to be able to make it." I'm like, "Where's your spontaneity?" Where's your
It's at the
If
house
I
with
ever
4
had run,
kids.
it was probably that week. 'Cause
All right.
We just gotten back.
yeah, you didn't feel
But
good.
my wife was sick. It wouldn't matter.
So, anyways, you were asking about this fund and how it got set up.
Yeah,
I mean, just a lot of questions and answers. Braxton had to send them over something. I don't know what y'all were sending.
Sources and uses for money.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of my idea, but it's their baby. They had to figure it out. And Spoon got elected president in a non-vote.
That I wasn't even part of. I just showed up and they're like, "Hey, you're president."
He stole it.
He might have stolen the presidency.
I did not even ask for it. I showed up and they're like, "You're
I was
president."
like,
I'm
why is
I
Braxton
feel like
not
I'm being
the
set up.
president of this?
there wasn't a vote.
Now I think Braxton was just trying to be humble and was like, "We'll just
You
give
can be the
Spoon.
president.
We'll just give Spoon the presidency."
No, he's setting you. Spoon, look into this. This
I
is
feel like I'm being set up
So,
for prison
Braxton,
here.
Are you at least the treasurer?
A vice president.
Vice president? I like it. I like it. Titles.
Yeah.
They're real.
Or is it entitlement?
No, it's a title.
That's the title.
He's got the entitlement.
Yeah.
He just had to be president. Asked for it.
I wasn't even in the
Begged for it.
office.
I
Like,
walked in one day and said, "Hey, you're president of the fund."
But the best part was when I found out, I was like, when did this happen? They're like, we sent those emails. I was like, yeah, but there's a lot of words in those emails.
And I ain't got time to read them.
Are you talking about?
Well, nobody reads the it's like I figured
Well, yeah.
Jacob or I figured the people working on it would elect themselves
Right.
president.
Why asked Jacob the same thing? He's like, I told him to make you president. I'm like, why? Like,
I think it's just humble. I think it's just
No one wants to.
no one wants to be like, I'll be president. Nobody asked me. I'd have took it. I'd have been like, I'll be president.
yeah, that'd have been perfect.
I'll be El Presidente. Can a president be? Oh, I got to put the /
So-
CEO.
Where I did fail yesterday was I did ask for the business, but I wasn't planning on it. It was in a side, and I was not prepared. I didn't have the PPM with me. I didn't have any of that stuff.
It's all in your email.
I know.
Nobody has the PPM. There's not a single printed copy in existence.
It's in your email.
No, I had it. Well, I wasn't gonna send it along with all that other stuff, so I wanted to go home and I went home and looked through it again last night.
All the other stuff is relevant. Those are the disclosures.
We do need to
No,
print
not the
some, though, so we
disclosures,
can-
because
bam, here you go.
it was the one I had all the drafts and stuff with it.
God damn it, Rob.
But
What? Spoon doesn't know how to pull two.
no,
There's
he
two
doesn't.
documents that are. You're right. They had all the drafts on that chain of
Yeah.
emails. You can pull those two out and just send them on their own.
I got it. I wasn't prepared for the conversation, but it came up.
But are you prepared to go to the super investor meeting tomorrow night?
Hey, hold on, Braxton. Send Rob a
PPM.
PPM with wiring instructions. We're gonna need 25 from you, Rob.
$25?
No, 25,000.
Oh shit, that ain't nothing but a thing. I'll send that this afternoon.
That's good. That's good. We're gonna.
we'll,
we need a
we'll make
notary.
sure.
We can't use his title company. 'cause
There's one
notary.
downstairs. She's right downstairs.
Yeah, we'll get this printed out.
You need 25,000?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We're gonna.
What's my
tie it up-
return?
Oh, we can't discuss the returns on the podcast.
Oh, okay.
We can discuss them in private.
In person.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
That ain't nothing but just right now.
I know. We
But I need to know what the returns are.
You trust us?
Of course I do.
Okay. Go ahead and open your email.
Okay.
Does your bank do like you email them to send a wire? Or you got to call them.
I got to call them.
Okay.
And we're not calling them on the podcast.
Damn.
We can turn
Sorry.
the podcast off.
I'm going to have to review this a little bit in depth.
Send that to your attorney, Rob. Send that to Eddie. Say, hey, Eddie, what do you think of this? Eddie will shit himself.
Okay.
It's gonna be funny.
Okay.
I want to know what Eddie's response is to it. He'd
right.
be like, "What in the hell? Where did they get those numbers?" But anyways, Spoony, what other deals we got? We're trying to install mobile homes, but we're getting some flack from the HOA. Have you beat them up yet?
No, they're only open on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so we'll have another round this week. But I think we're getting there.
So we bought lots, hadn't been able to clear them, even though we bought our permits.
We'll get 3 in there. It's the question is, can we get 6?
What do you mean?
Because the easement issue and the septic, it's all going to come down to that stuff. But we'll get that worked out this week.
Oh no, we'll get 6 in there, Spoony.
The my cousin's asking if he can watch our podcast.
Absolutely.
I'm sending it to him right now.
link right now. What's up, Spoonie's cousin? What's up, Spoonie's sister? What's up, Spoonie's mom? Dad's probably not watching. He's got to work. But if he's out riding around, he'll probably tune in.
I don't know what he's doing today. He's a hardworking dude.
Braxton, what do you look forward to this week the most?
You better say exactly what I want you to say.
I'm
That's all I'm
looking
going to
forward
say. That's all.
most to super investor meeting tomorrow, Wednesday, 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. at
Houston.
the-
Houston. Wyndham. NRG.
Can they go to jetlending.com and find that?
They sure can. Or they can text me 903-806-4400 and I will send you a link to RSVP. Please, if you're watching this and you want to go to the world's largest investor meeting, look, guys, pre-COVID, 900 people were in the building. 900 people.
Post-COVID, we had a good one. The
We had
first
a-
one,
we had a
first Rattle
good-
Alley Cage,
yeah.
when they let people out.
It's just in a
there.
bad location.
We
Is
need
that
some
a bad
RSVPs
location?
though.
Dude, I enjoyed
The
it.
RSVPs are currently at about 500. We need it to get back to 1,000 people. It's at the Wyndham Hotel, man.
We got food,
plenty of
too.
parking, free food, free beer, cash, credit card for whiskey and drinks or wine. That's not free, sorry, but free education, free networking. Corey, myself, Braxton. I'm gonna handcuff Spoon and bring his ass.
We got to wear.
right.
Are we wearing our yellows? Our spicy yellows?
Got a stain on mine, I think.
I got a stain on mine too. We might need new shirts, Rob. You got an extra large?
Talk to the marketing department
We show up
What's the date on that again?
tomorrow.
January
18.
18th. I think Emery's got a field trip tomorrow.
Oh,
What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know.
did you
if I
sign
can-
up for it?
No, there's no sign up. I mean, I think you just call up there and be like, "Hey, can I chaperone?" And then you follow the buses down.
Yeah.
They're going to some caverns. I'm not. Sounds
Hey.
bad, but I would go on the field trip. You know what I mean?
The good thing about the super investor meeting
Is it?
is that it's back every month on the third Wednesday of every month. So hey, guess what,
Every
Spoon?
month. There'll be another opportunity.
There'll be another opportunity. If
I
you
just
can't
asked
make it
Mama.
on.
I said, let's get in the car. I just said, let's go.
Let's go. I'm telling
Tomorrow
you,
night.
free beer. You may not
Did you
drink.
tell her free beer?
I did not.
Bring your whole staff.
Oh,
Bring the whole
You
staff.
sure? Do you remember?
Yes. Yes. Bring the whole staff.
Let's not do that.
No, let's do it.
who else?
Why wouldn't you? You know how many opportunities there are in that place?
Oh, it's not because of opportunities.
They're
It's just
gonna-
a lot to manage.
okay. Bring
gonna
the
get
staff that.
hammered.
Bring the
You're
staff.
talking about free beer.
Bring the staff that you know can keep it under control.
You
There.
said because of
Okay,
opportunities.
so we're not bringing staff.
Hey, that's nothing about opportunities crossed any of our minds.
Okay,
it
my
was
bad.
just like,
I'm sorry.
How much can they tear up Rob's place?
Yeah.
It's not my place. It's not my.
I was just like, they're. I mean,
At our Christmas party, they were in the parking lot drinking George Dickel, and the lady from the place had to be like, "Sir, could y'all drink inside since this is a nice event, and that we'll get our liquor license revoked?"
what is George Dickel?
I was joking. I don't know what it was.
It's
It's
a
just cheap
very,
whiskey.
very. It's like the bottom shelf
Yeah.
of the bottom shelf.
It was like,
Like it literally is on. Like
was-
here's the bottom shelf. It's up underneath there.
It's just Kentucky, not Kentucky Deluxe.
It's
was-
like, you could start a car with it.
Damn.
Corey, why don't you want to go to your sweet child's
That
field
shows how
trip?
old we are, Rob. We know
Well,
what
I
George
do want to
Dickel is.
go, but the problem is, I know a lot of the kids in Emery's class.
Why is that a problem?
Well, it's not. I just feel like I'll be chaperoning a squad, and y'all, do y'all want me in charge of 20 kids getting through the caverns
Well,
without
hold
touching or breaking something?
Now, hey, look, Corey puts on this big front like he's not responsible. I've actually seen him in action. He's a very responsible parent, and I think he's a very good parent.
Our school asked me to be a sponsor, or not a sponsor, a chaperone to like a day camp kind of deal they go to for a few days.
Yeah,
and
but
I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Well, there's one kid. He's always talking about letting his hands eat. You know what I mean?
He's too young for that.
No, it's great. I love it, and that's what I'm talking about.
Like, nine.
I'm like,
let these eat.
I gotta let these hands eat, and I'll be like, I mean, not that that would happen, but it'd be like, man, I wonder what happens if I get up there. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm curious too.
I'll
Is what I'm gonna
referee.
be thinking.
Go find out.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, they'll be like, why'd you let him climb up there? I'll be like, I don't necessarily let him. I just,
I'm not his parent.
Yeah,
I
I
can only
don't-
tell
I
him
don't
so
know.
much. Like,
I don't know.
Have y'all seen these videos about fucking around and finding out? It's like the new thing. Like, how much do you want to fuck around, and you'll find out.
I feel like that's been part of life for a long time.
Yeah, it has, but it's like a new trend that's going.
It's the meme of the week.
Hey,
I think that's probably the first thing of discovered by humanity is fuck around and find out.
it is, but it's it's
I
just
wonder
a
what
new,
happens if I kick that dinosaur.
yeah.
You think so?
Fuck around and find out.
Braxton fucked around and found out ran 62 miles. You hadn't seen him since then, have you?
I have not. He looks like he's lost a lot of weight.
I'm a changed
Is that
man.
not the is it not crazy?
Yeah, it is. Like that's what I just haven't said anything because I didn't want to hurt his feelings.
How was it?
Does it look like
Down,
it to you?
like
Yeah, oh, yeah.
unbelievably hard. Hardest thing ever done.
Hardest thing you ever done, but you've
But
done it.
well worth it. Yeah.
How does it feel to accomplish that goal?
I just think about I want to do a 100 miler now.
100 miles?
Yeah.
Good God. I did 100 miles once.
You
Not
don't-
running. I did. It's called unwilling. It's a Poland 100-mile march over 4 days, 25 miles a day.
Jeez.
You know how bad that is. So there's rules.
You can't recover.
Yeah, you can't recover. And there's rules. You can't just go out there and walk. You have to have a rucksack on and 25 miles a day.
Here's what would get
So you're
me.
like in jungle boots.
Oh yeah, you're wearing combat boots.
And you did this.
Oh yeah,
Was it fun?
it was extremely fun because you get drunk every day at the end of it.
Okay, so you're doing it not hydrated.
No, then the morning of, like, you got to get up and go and do 25. You do a little light drinking. The last day, you're like, you're drinking the whole
You're all
time.
So
in.
it's a drinking game
Yeah,
the whole time.
It's a drinking
But
game.
you're getting beat by people who drink for a living though, probably.
Yeah,
Poland.
yeah. Those guys, they don't mess around.
Yeah.
Anyways, but you put a team together and you go over there and you do it, and it's 25 miles a day, 100 miles total. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough, but
That's cool though.
yeah, it makes you think about how much pain you can actually put up
Yes.
with, and then you're like, why did I do this? Now, 20 years later, which I think I did it in 99, so it's actually 23 years later, my body is paying that toll. There's mornings I wake up that the crack and all that stuff starts popping, and you're like, yeah, that probably wasn't worth it that time. You know, but at the end of the day, you know that you can accomplish that, and that's a big feat.
Braxton, you do blood work before and blood work
Oh,
after.
that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's $80.
Worth it to see
Yeah.
what that does to your body.
But he did 62 in 20 hours.
I think
20
there's
hours
people
straight.
that have done that though. I mean, those professional marathoners. I think that
Yeah,
they
like
actually-
100-mile races, they're doable. I mean,
Yeah.
it takes a lot, but I agree with you what you said because it's like at mile, like so it's 2 loops, 31 miles each. Like at the end of the first one, I'm like, I've never hurt this bad in my life. I don't think I can
keep going.
do a whole nother one.
But I'm
just-
going to anyway.
It's like I didn't know that I was going to finish at that point. I just said I'm going to start the second loop.
Yeah. So non-Megan, the first 25 that day, you're all pumped up because you're feeling good. You know, you've trained for it. But you're usually only doing 25 miles at a time. You know, you're not.
Yeah.
The next morning you wake up and you're like,
You feel like you just went 25 miles.
yeah. So you're like, I can do this. You know, but you're not as motivated. By day 3, you're just like, no, I don't want any. I don't want any more of this. I don't want any more of this. And on day 4, like, you're literally drinking alcohol the whole time just to finish, so you don't feel any pain.
Spoonie's got day 4.
I was built
I'll just
for
show
that.
up
I
for
was
day
built for
4.
that.
We'll be a
homie.
pacer.
Like I can do 25 miles drunk. I don't know if I could do.
I mean,
any
you're
of those
not
other
drunk.
days.
Trust me. You're walking.
I feel like that should be the goal.
Yeah, you're not drunk. You're just sipping, just to keep the pain down.
I'm not intrigued by any of it. I need to get my, what are they? My
Ancestral tenants.
my ancestral tenants. I need to eat some bull nuts.
We're gonna get.
I
Liver
sent him
King.
a picture of something the other day. I could have brought him in the
We're
office. He
gonna
didn't want
get
nothing to
Liver
do
King
with
on
it.
Yeah,
this
you sent me
podcast.
that. That was
Liver
foul.
King. I don't think we're gonna get Liver King
I
to
think
come
we're
to
gonna
Dallas.
get. I think we're getting Liver King to come to Dallas.
All right. Well, if he wants to come up here and call us all bitches, you know what I mean?
He probably could try.
Nah, he called me a bitch. He's gonna be sitting over there with his shirt off.
That's
We're gonna
fine.
have-
But
if-
he's not on gear anymore. So
No, I don't.
he's,
He's definitely still on gear.
no, he's not. He says
He's definitely on it. Like Rob, I sent
said
him
he
this
wanted-
offer the other day. Like, right
is
out
right.
the gate, they dropped him on the floor, and I'm
I
like,
said,
Braxton, I'll
"You're
bring him to
foul."
the office.
no.
And
He is
he wouldn't
sworn
take it.
off gear. He said he's off gear. He's been on a water fast for I think 14 days or
He
something.
has such heavy body dysmorphia and issues like that. It's gonna be. It's hard to believe.
Yeah.
I do think this though. If we do have him in here, we do away with the table, and we're gonna need an extra camera for his abs.
Can we all just? Are we all going to eat? What do they call them?
Liver.
Ancestral
Liver.
meat.
Liver.
Just liver.
He'll make us try liver.
For the ab camera, I'll just put up a still of his abs.
raw
'Cause
meat.
Those things aren't gonna
Fucking
move.
tapeworms in
Let's
it.
get Ryan in on this. I think we can get him.
If Liver King wants to drive to Dallas and be on a small
We've got
podcast,
a Cadillac they can show from.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's get Ryan to get him in here.
y'all can we'll fly him up here.
You got
They
the
come
connection. Let's do it.
I'm going to try my best. I've got the connection.
And then we'll see if he'll run 62 miles with Braxton next time.
Oh,
Braxton runs.
he's softing out on that date. He's not signing up for that.
You think so?
No, he's not signing. He's not running that far. He's too heavy.
Tell him I'll do the Habanero 100 with them this August.
He's too heavy.
Are you signed up for that?
I might.
Me and I talked Ryan into doing a 5K. We're gonna do a 5K together.
That's
Can
good.
start out somewhere.
5K?
Yeah. That's all I could talk him into. I told him I'd do a 10.
They took out an insurance policy on me yesterday. So
We
if they
did.
start trying to get me to run places, I ain't going.
We took an insurance policy out on Corey because he's
How's
so
your
valuable.
diet going?
It's going, but they took out a $10 million insurance policy on me.
Wow.
Should we stop State of the Union though?
Yes, we should, because we're not talking about real estate, and people came here to learn about real estate, and we're
Yeah.
just talking about bullshit. So we'll stop State of the Union. We'll be right back with the Different Generations podcast. Make fun of Braxton for being young, Rob for being old.
And y'all two being in the middle.
You're what?
Him for being liberal and me being conservative.
Oh my
You're a liberal?
God. Fuck no.
Yes, of
Spoon's
course
the
he is.
liberal.
Oh, yeah, you are the liberal.
Spoon's the liberal.
Liberal.
Socially progressive, conservative.
He's
Snowflake.
I don't even know what that means.
He's so woke. We gotta go. We'll see y'all. If you like what you've seen here, find Braxton on Tinder and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just keep swiping. He's on there.